Now, joining me now is the independent candidate and formerly the Deputy Mayor of the area, and the seat is Fowler in Western Sydney, and the independent candidate is Di Lee. Great to talk to you, Di, and congratulations on your effort to run as an independent in Fowler. Were you actually triggered into doing that? Was the real push for you to run in this seat the fact that Labor have parachuted in Kristina Keneally rather than run a local candidate themselves?
Hi, Chris. Yes, look, what triggered me was obviously there was a lot of urging from the local community, in terms of asking me to nominate and putting my hat in the ring, following obviously, the Labor Party imposing Kristina Keneally into our city. As you know, Fowler is a very diverse community, and we've got a very low socioeconomic community, and in particular in the last 2 years we've been locked down. I keep on saying, our community were asked to really, there was a wall built around our city to keep the rest of Sydney and the privileged part of Sydney safe, and forcing us, to go through many challenges of restrictions, etc. And here we are. Suddenly, the community got given a candidate from a very privileged part of Sydney to come to represent Fowler. So I think that it's really caused concerns within the community that how could the Labor Party really not see this. How, I don't know, we don't understand the decision that they made. And in particular, in addition, there's no connection to our community. Ms. Keneally, I'm sure, is a very experienced politician, but she comes from the privileged part of society, and how could she be in our community fighting for us, understanding our issues, and know where we come from?
I suppose, Di, she would say that, like you, she's an immigrant, and as a former Premier of New South Wales, she probably has a fair bit to do with the whole of Sydney. But yes, she is a drop-in. She is a blow into your area. Labor are also dropping in a millionaire to run in the seat of Parramatta. Do you think that people then of the western suburbs are insulted by this? Is it patronising? How would you describe what it does politically?
I think it described our local community. I think that people felt that, do they think that there's nobody good enough in our community to represent the Labor Party in Parliament? Really, I think it's time that we actually have a local person who understands our issues, to be our voice, to speak for us, to fight for our federal funding resources. So for decades now, there's been no federal funding resources into this area because it's been such a safe Labor seat. Look, what I'm doing probably is a crazy thing to do because it's seen as a safe Labor seat. But for me, nothing should be taken for granted nowadays in terms of any safe seats. You can't just put in somebody there just because it's safe. I think people are now more aware and really are wanting to have a representative who actually understands the issues and who's from the community, who actually really represent the community and reflect the aspirations and the resilience of that community. So I think that what the Labor Party did was just really, took us for granted, treated us like second-class citizens, and really thinking that we are not good enough and we will not speak up. But
would you have normally been a Labor voter? Would you normally have been a Labor voter? Do you consider yourself an independent of the left, of the Labor side?
I consider myself as an independent, and I look at party policies. And I suppose, look, I was a member of the Liberal Party, as you know, but that I got expelled. But I think, people will bring that about my past, about me being part of the Liberal Party. I'm no longer part of the Liberal Party. But for me now, I work with, obviously, a former Labor member, the Mayor, Frank Carboni. So we're both independents who come together for our community. So my allegiance is to the people of this Fowler seat, not to any party.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful combination to have yourself and Frank Carboni running as this independent lineup. So thanks for talking to us, Di. Hopefully we can catch up again during the campaign.
Thanks, Chris.
Di Lee, there you go. She's running in Fowler. It's a bit of a challenge because she's got the backing of the Mayor, Frank Carboni, and they're trying to make sure that Kristina Keneally doesn't just get an easy pick up there of a safe Labor seat. As you heard, they want a local representative.